Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the History of Fan Anime. I'm your host, William Chow, and today's episode I'm going to give you just a quick sort of channel update of what's going on and what sort of some of the things I'm going to have to do in the next little bit. So basically, uh, I've been doing a whole bunch of updates and that kind of stuff to the database and to the spreadsheets, and actually adding more content for you people who are sitting there subscribing or on Patreon. I've now added a whole bunch of the interviews and that kind of stuff that I've done from other channels. I've all combined all those links and that kind of stuff together onto the Patreon page. So again, so that you have access to all those, and in long form too. So some of those are very, very long interviews that you can go to, and you can listen to as like a podcast form or whatever. Those are now available for you. Again, links below in the pin comment below. Okay. So some of the updates I've got to do. So when doing the updates for the database, I've realized that I have made a big number gap in the episodes. So basically, from 290 to 298, I somehow skipped those episodes, and I know that some of you people are very quick and you caught on to the episode numbers, but I'm really slow, and I guess I fell behind. And I didn't notice that I skipped a whole 10 episodes in there in the numbering system. So I had to go back, had to figure out where the episodes actually came and where the misnumbering became. And so I managed to rebuild that. And again, you can go into the database sheet below, and you can see those changes made. Okay, so those will be all now reflected. They are now properly sorted in there and renumbered according to that format. So the episodes are all there, so that's not a problem. So that update has now been completed and done, so you can see the results. Okay. The second big problem that also occurred in that problem is that episode 299, okay, which was an episode about the top 30 countdown, and it was going through and analyzing the OEVAs for 1988. Okay. Somehow that episode never got published. Okay, it remained in private status, and therefore got no views. And I'm going, well, what the hell happened? And I realized, yes, it never got published, so you guys never actually saw that episode. So again, that's probably another reason why a bunch of you people caught on to that and realized, oops, is there a missing episode? Yes, 299 got missed because it just never got posted. So again, I think I must have, mucked up hitting the scheduling and whatever, and just left it in private mode. So I'm going to be posting that one really shortly, so that gets you updated. Okay, so that's one part of the problem. The other part of the problem, which also related to that, is that because I never posted that episode and never got the titles and the information that was in that episode posted to the database, I realized that there are a whole bunch of OVAs on that one that I didn't put into the list. So therefore, episode 316, which is the OVAs for 1989, have to be redone. Okay, because there's obviously now titles that should have been eliminated, but they weren't, and there's titles that that should have been put in there that wasn't, which now have to be recorrected. So I'm gonna have to make a slight adjustment to episode 316 to do that. And again, I'll probably post that in the next batch of episodes in order to make that fit in properly. So again, you're gonna get some revision to the top 30 OVAs for 1980. Okay, so that's one of the things I will do in that respect. And the last little sort of thing I've done is because of my numbering error back in the 290 to 288, I have shifted 2 episodes over from that to fill 2 gaps. So now the gap is now between episode 305 and 306. I do not have any episodes, so one of these ones is going to be the update here, which I'm going to be posting now, and that's what you're listening to right now. And 306 will be probably another episode I'm going to make. It's a long episode I always wanted to make, because a lot of people have been asking me, well, what was it sort of like when I was in China trying to visit my wife and that kind of stuff. And there's things that I wanted to now post and say, and it's probably now safe that I can do that. So I'm going to make episode 306 about that, and I'll post that shortly, since it's not time episode related. Okay, so again, that's sort of what I'm doing there. So okay, and I'll get into that. So those are the sort of the little cleanups that I had to do while doing the archives of the episode. So again, lots of good content coming up in that respect. The other new things I've been sort of doing is, again, I've been going through archives and got way more fan letters and that kind of stuff. I'm going to be trying to sort the letters in sort of by name and by purpose. And the reason why I'm doing this is because certain people were very important and very pivotal to me getting the software needed for fan subbing, some of the connections I needed to get into the CFO and that kind of stuff. Those letters should be probably looked at in an individual sense and by person sense. So it gives you an idea of flow. So you'll notice the next few fan letter episodes are very flowing. One letter shows causality to the next letter, which then shows causality to the next one. So you get this feeling of sequence. This is what I sent, this is what they got sent back. This is what I sent, this is what I get sent back. So that kind of idea I want to get in more of, because that's one thing that I haven't shown you a lot of, is this causality. So it'll be more interesting to you to see the chain reaction of events. And the only way I can do that is I've got to sort all the fan letters by name, so that first of all the sequences come together, and B, when I see certain key people that were very influential, their letters come together. So again, there's a lot of good content coming up for that very shortly. The next other thing that is going to happen is that there's a whole bunch of episodes where I've lined up interviews with some more of my friends. Let's say if taking your guys' advice, and I've now purchased a whole bunch of lapel mics and that kind of stuff. So that will now make the interviews much more clearer, even in restaurant situations and that kind of stuff. I will now have mics pinned right to the collars and that kind of stuff. So that will give you good audio quality and that kind of stuff. So more of that stuff going on, of course, going to be happening there. And of course, the other new thing that sort of happened that I've not been experimenting with, I've kind of in parallel to this, the history of fan anime, I've also released another sort of side kind of informational sort of thing called "It's Not Life as We Know It," based on the saying from Spock from Star Trek, and it's basically some. In general life things that I can have a take and that kind of stuff on. And right now, I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of different topics, not quite necessarily related to anime in that respect. So that's why I wanted to kind of put it more towards a separate channel. But I'll be posting a little bit less frequently onto that one, but more keeping up with at least one episode per week on the history of fan anime, because that's what you guys are here for. So I will continue to do that. But just to sprinkle in a little bit of shall we say, slice of life, if you will. I guess that's another way of kind of doing it. It's just sort of things, so that will allow me to put in some more things about to address those questions about what's happening with things going on in my life per se, and my angle on them, so that way that sort of is the personal part, the getting to know me a little bit more sort of thing, and putting it into that kind of episode. So that's sort of my focus on that one. So again, don't worry, you're still gonna get your episodes, and again, we'll see if how that progresses. And so far, it's been the response has been pretty positive. The numbers are really good for that. So I think it has a little bit more broader appeal, shall we say. But definitely, there's going to be some cool stuff that has happened there again. And I know I have another episode. Some people have been asking me how I did my cosplay, or what my cosplay was about in the Halloween thing that I did this year. So again, I'm going to probably have to make an episode, kind of a more technical episode, probably of how to do the DIY on that particular thing. So again, I'll probably put that as a supplementary episode as coming up as well. So definitely lots of good stuff coming up as we come up there. And who knows, if I can get enough stuff ready, we might be able to do something for Christmas or New Year's. To give you guys some late Christmas presents, shall we say, okay? But definitely stay tuned for that. We got lots of good stuff coming up. All right, so thank you again for all the people who are on Patreon, and on who support me through PayPal. Even those people who give me extra super thanks. I know I've got to definitely make sure I get stuff for you. Especially in the last little while, I've got some pretty cool episodes that have been really put in there, as well as some really long form episodes put at the end there for you as well. So I'm gonna make sure I get something good for the Christmas break and give you I'm thinking of a special promotion for you guys as well. So again, this is a good time to kind of, if you have done that, I'll make sure that you guys get some extra special content. All right. So, thank you for making it this far through the episode. I really appreciate your interest and definitely your support. So again, we'll have more good stuff coming up shortly. All right. So, until next time, I will see you again.